All right, folks, welcome back to the American Dota League. It's game number 2 of our first series of the evening. Sneaky Nick's Assassin versus Shadows of the Past. Already a good one so far. Two of the top North American teams coming in here, I think, at least in terms of amateur Tier 2 teams, I'd say. We had a great series last night, a great couple of series, in fact, this week already going our way. But we are going to jump into the second game. Sneaky Nick's Assassin with a strong performance in that first game, obviously, and, well, they're looking to take game number 2 against Shadows of the Past, who we consider the juggernaut, but right now they're trying to tie and even up the series here. Once again, thanks for joining us, guys. My name is Mott. With me, of course, the great Kyle the Guy. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. Let's get this second one underway. Quick props to Mike. Now moving on 9-0 with that clockwork, so still undefeated at least as of recent, or at least as of 6.8, or at least that's what Dat Dota tells me. So props to him. 9-0. We'll see if it's something they keep falling back on, but something that every team's going to keep going to is a ban out on the Lycan, a ban out on the Ember Spirit, and then just becomes a ban on the Naga and Ancient Apparition. So this is all extremely surprising. I've never seen this done before. We'll hope and see if maybe a Centaur Batrider come up first. That would also be a bit out of the ordinary.
Yeah, honestly, it's just...
This is unusual, Mott. Wow, Batrider is... Oh my, Batrider first pick, everyone.
That's it.
Batrider first pick. I've seen it all.
New meta, ladies and gentlemen. You are at the forefront of the meta right now here at the American Dota League. For anyone that cannot tell sarcasm, we're being a bit facetious, obviously. So,
of course.
Batrider is going to come out here for Shadows of the Past. A hero that really controls the pace of the game so well, getting pickoffs here and there, pretty much everywhere. Obviously, there's been a lot of great Batrider players, and of course North America. Guanzo, I think, specifically for Osiris, you come out. Maybe Nayrock can play to a great extent as well. I've seen him do well. Mike, of course, obviously can play most offlaners, but that's not going to be his choice this time around. He doesn't have a choice to matter. Maybe they're going to go for the Clockwork. Honestly, why not? Just why not? No, they go for the Invoker, they go for the Disruptor as well. The Disruptor is such a great counter to the Batrider, and Static Storm such a great ability as well. With the Invoker and the crowd control that they have, if they go for Quas Wex, this could be a disgusting early game, kind of mid-game lineup for Sneaky Nick's Assassin.
I think it's fine. I think they know, or at least they feel confident that maybe Shadows of the Past won't ban out the Nyx Assassin. I would have liked that grab to come out before the Disruptor. I think Disruptor is... I know Disruptor is a direct counter to Bat. Don't get me wrong. It probably would have been banned, actually, now I think about it, from Shadows of the Past, but I also couldn't help but think of Nyx Assassin being a great pickup for them, because not just because it's in their name, but because Mike does play it. I Spike a regular, and it works also very nicely against the Batrider. The Spike Carapace will just shut him down so easily if you throw a Blink Dagger on the guy. He has one of the best initiators to start in the game right now, but it's also hard to pass on getting that early Invoker and then that direct counter.
Yeah, they could still pick up the Nyx a bit later in the draft if it doesn't get banned out, which actually I'd be very surprised about. They can Sneaky Nick's Assassin might want to ban it if they feel Shadows of the Past are going to run something a little bit stranger, perhaps with like a Batrider mid and then a Nyx offlane, or even like a solo safe, something like that. But if Sneaky Nick's Assassin wants to pick it up, I think they can. So we'll see how it goes. Their next ban's going to come out. Visage was the second pick for Shadows of the Past coming through, and well, that's a very strong hero. But the thing is, they picked that hero last game and it didn't really work out for them. Yes, you've got Soul Assumption. Yes, you've got Grave Shield, and he's great at a tri-lane, but I think that was really the problem, was that tri-lane didn't really pay dividends, and Sneaky Nick's Assassin kind of knew it. They dodged the tri-lane, they did the 2-1-2, the dual lanes, if you will, and they did just fine. So now we'll see. Snob, they've got a choice here.
I'm still imagining that choice would be Nyx Assassin still. They have the option right here to grab it if they want to. I also wanted to note, surprisingly, Fluff is actually in the captain seat this time around. Mike was the captain the last go, I believe. Maybe not directly the last game. I can't remember now, but he had been doing captain a bit while Fluff entered, and now they seem to have handed things over to the blog boys, so we'll see how it works out. Definitely went nicely for him last game, so we'll see. And look, just another clockwork. You got a good thing going. Why stop it here? And we'll see if you can move on to 10-0 on the big bad clockwork.
Yeah, this is it's something we talked about, and it's actually to be expected. Yeah, you can go for the next Assassin, maybe if that clockwork gets banned out, but Shadows of the Past, a surprise Tinker pickup. That's going to be their mid lane hero up against the Invoker. Very strong, I feel like. You have March of the Machines. Invoker can't really stand and fight in that, unfortunately, but they're... Oh, just kidding. They're going to go for it anyways. Well, okay.
Mid lane clock? No. Whoa.
It's going to be a Nyx, I think.
Nyx.
Nyx support, I think. I'm
Or
pretty
Nyx
sure.
mid and Invoker side.
I don't know. I guess you could 2-1-2 again, and that probably works out well. But it might be a bit greedier this time around, just because they don't have like a Shadow Demon who doesn't really need farm, whereas Nyx maybe needs Arcanes, and Disruptor maybe needs like an Arcanes and something else. But Shadows of the Past, they go for the Bounty Hunter. We've seen this before from them, and they can get kills. They can secure early farm here. In fact, we've seen teams go for like this kind of carry bounty hunter who gets farm in the safe lane and gets, not necessarily a quick level 6, but he can start running around pretty early on, assuming his supports kind of just leave him alone. So bounty hunter are going to be picked up, and it's good because they have track. They can use that for the next assassin. They can use that to obviously get gold going their way. The Crystal Maiden now banned out, but an interesting pick for Shadows of the Past nonetheless.
Bounty Hunter, I believe, weren't they the team that had run Bounty Hunter in their first series that we had watched? They made it work promptly.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those the tactics they got that no other team really likes to roll with, but they seem to have a good thing going with it. Bounty Hunter was very prominent back in the TI3 days. People would use him in the off lane, everyone from Funnick to Bulldog and anyone else. So he could just able to sit strong on the side with, under the cover, the invisibility. He could just soak in a lot of XP for himself. But once you see it happen over and over again, you know how Bounty Hunter is going to be played in that off lane. Yeah. So we'll see if it's something that Sneaky Nyx Assassins are going to be onto. I know Mike even himself has played Bounty Hunter plenty, so he'll know what they're going to be going up against there. Yeah. And I know it was also just too hard probably to pass up getting the Nyx Assassin just because the carapace is going to work so nice for him in this game, especially against Marching Machines, against the flying, the flame flight, the visage, what have you. It's going to work so nicely. I definitely favor their draft this run.
Yeah, I mean, I'd argue that with the Nyx Assassin and a Disruptor, it's a bit greedy if they are both supports, but either way, it's greedy kind of to a certain extent. I don't know what they might have to pick a safe lane farmer here now, as that's the only thing really missing for their lineup. But Sneaky Nyx Assassin, they still have a good draft going their way. You talked about it. Shadows of the Past, they have something a bit unorthodox here. With the Visage Birds, that's primarily the reason why you pick the tanker. You can just bots right on top of them and of course just push and even fight to a certain extent as well. So now that they have that, they've got this global kind of strategy coming their way. Bounty Hunter is able to run all around the map and just try to find pickoffs. And I think that's what they want to do. The Bounty Hunter plus the Visage Familiars means that they're going to be looking for pickoffs. Tinker can TP in with his bots and blow somebody up as well. So that's 3 heroes right on top of each other. Well, 2 heroes plus the Visage Birds that can essentially take people down very, very quickly. And don't forget, Batrider also goes bots a little bit later into the game as well. So I like the idea, a bit of a global strategy coming out for Shadows of the Past right now, something that Liquid are sort of known to do a bit with more like a Beastmaster, but still, I think a good draft going their way.
Yeah, it's going to come down to a lot of proper execution if they want to be able to make this kind of strat happen for them. Where Sneaky Nyx Assassins have a lot of good, just overall team fight potential there. If Invoker does go with the Quas Wex, obviously he's got a nice set of AOE crowd control. Disruptor, no jokes there. Static Storm is just nothing to fuss at. Plus the Glimpse, it already gets them their own great initiation. And you got Clockwork, and you got Nyx Assassin there, and now you even have a global presence in the Spectre. So I still love this Sneaky Nyx Assassin draft. I mean, they're going to be wherever they want quickly.
Yeah, and I like it a lot. I like the Spectre pickup. It's good for initiation, and you can deal with some of these squishy heroes. You can take down Tinker. You can reality to a couple of your illusions throughout the entire fight. Radiance is going to be kind of an issue for Batrider to blink in with if the Spectre builds it. It's going to be a late game carry here and a lot of potential. And plus, not only that, but if you're trying to gank somebody, Spectre's one of the harder ones to gank with Haunt, with the Spectral Dagger. It's just very difficult to lock that hero down in general. So the Desolate damage comes out. There's not really a later game carry. There are a couple, but I think Spectre is one of them right now that just can CS and just go to work later on in the game, especially with Haunt. So we'll see how things end up. And the last pick's going to come out for Shadows of the Past. They pick up the Treant Protector now, and they have a lot of survivability as Joik picks up the Treant. He'll jump on top of him, and we'll jump into the game as well in here in a second.
Wow, I'm a little dumbfounded by this. No real true late damage core, except if you're going with Bounty Hunter, but Chicken MC's holding him right here, who's probably their mid laner, unless they're doing another bit of a shift change happening out. I'm not too sure. These players can definitely hand things around and switch up the roles from time to time, I would imagine so, but no surprising. Joik's going to stick true to his support ways, and we'll see how things go. We're going to get this game underway here. I'm going to send a quick props out to Nahaz in the chat. He's doing a bit of freelance stat work for one. Nahaz, we're not going to pay you for this, by the way, so please. Okay? Thank you.
Absolutely, shout outs to Nahaz. Love his stats, by the way.
He puts us to shame when we try to stat. I'm like, Dad, did you know that 100% the games there's 5 heroes on each team?
5 seconds.
That's a good
remaining.
stat. You should
That's
use
my
that.
stat.
That's
usually
your
my
go-to
stat. Nahaz, if you need some help, I'm right here for you. I could be your co-stat.
Listen. Speak for yourself. I've yet to do stats, okay? Honestly.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
I could be a stat
we'll put you
genius
in.
for all of you guys
You'll
out
come
there.
in and be like, a lot of the times they get the chicken at level 1.
They get the flying courier at about 3 or 4 minutes every time. So
Yeah, it'll somewhere between the 3 to 4 minute mark. You might see a flying courier about 99% of the time.
yeah,
so.
I mean that's going to be the extent of my stats. We'll see though. It looks like they actually did switch things up, and Risk is going to be, well, I guess we could just go right into the introductions here. First Shadows of the Past, you've got Risk, or one. He'll be up on the Tinker right now, up into the top lane. Aggro Trilane coming out for Shadows of the Past with a Bounty Hunter. He's got a lot of burst damage with that Janata. The Hammer Fist as well coming through. Joik will be on that Treant. 4, Last Hit Magic will be on the Visage, and like I said, Chicken MC on that Bounty Hunter down bottom to round things out for Shadows of the Past. It's solo safe lane Batrider played by none other than Nayrok Andrew. Spelled Korean backwards.
30 seconds
Yep.
to battle.
I'd say he's a decent friend.
Uh-oh. Top lane, I'm about to start introductions for Whitebeard, but he might need to be a little careful here. We got Chicken MC with the early Shadow Walk, scouting things out for him, but it is going to be Whitebeard there, top lane, Babysitter Disruptor. I'm a big fan of this hero. He's my number 2 go-to, of course, next to my precious Coddle. Behind him, the carry core is going to be Ush once again. Formerly did a great job as the King, but has returned as Spectre, and also floating around the top. It's going to be Fluff and stuff, actually, on the Nyx Assassin, so Mike will definitely stick true to that Clockwork, who is actually coming up, giving a brief high five, apparently, and they're going to make the shift all the way to the top lane. And look at this. Shadows of the Past, they're just kind of wondering what the hell's happening, as they might do an early creep cut here. Oh, but Mike sees him. Mike sees him.
No.
Oh, the Seed. Trying to make a run. Does he get him? No level up yet.
Cogs, if he wants
No,
to. He might
he's gonna
survive
go for
this.
Cogs.
He's
No,
gonna.
he's
They
gonna
can soul
survive.
assumption him. It's not enough. He's still alive. He's got a salve as well.
Yep.
Oh man. That's a lot committed to that early engagement. A lot of mana used. They have to use some of the regen. It's not that bad, I suppose. Mike actually has to pop a salve. He's getting caught out again, but now he's going to try to fight here. Maybe not the best idea. He'll throw up the cogs and maybe back off with Fluff just helping him out. They're going to throw up the sentry. Mike wanted his own and, of course, counter ward as quickly as possible. So
That's good, though. I mean, yeah, he had to lose a little bit of his regen there for it, but they didn't catch him out in what could have been a very, very bad situation, so they have to feel a little good about that, and I did want to finally introduce the one and only Dota in the mid lane. Hashtag Sneaky Boys. He's going to be playing your Invoker this go-around, and he is fabulously dressed with that bit of masquerade kind of get-up right now.
just looks really good. Really good stuff. He gets lasered real quick. He actually is going for Quasi Exort, so right click is, it's got potential here. Plus, of course, the Forge Spirits, maybe up against this Tinker, could be really nice to bring him down. Not the tankiest hero. You could Cold Snap him, even Sunstrike, if you can land that skill shot coming through. We'll see, but yeah, I mean, an okay matchup going for both sides. Spectre down bottom, it looks like for Ush, getting some farm decently. I mean, he's up against Nayrok right now, and he's got a stick early on. We'll see another rotation. So every time Shadows of the Past want to run an aggressive tri-lane, Sneaky Nyx Assassin, they force their will onto Shadows of the Past. They say, no, we're going 2-1-2 whether you like it or not. Fluff is top. Mike is going to get free farm essentially right now. Chicken MC's got to try to zone Fluff out. Fluff, of course, he's just fine. He mana burned a bit earlier as well, and now as it stands, it's just going to be farm central, maybe an early pickoff coming through if somebody roams around and maybe decides to buy a smoke, but nothing crazy happening just yet.
I like this vintage Team Liquid lane here in the top with Mike and Fluff just hanging out side by side, taking it to Mother Nature right now. Yeah, a little nostalgia feeling happening right here. Rocket out, a bit of harassment, but overall decent lane control coming on their part. They're not too threatened out. Looks like Chicken MC is going to run right into that baby nipple right there, and once again he will hit it. Very nice there work. Chicken MC losing all of his mana. Fluff going to step back, hit him once, and has to be careful. Leech seeing to fly out. He's slowed down. Nice stun on 2. Mike's still swatting away right here. One more second. He's got cogs, but he will not use it. Steps back. He's eating too much damage, but a little extra regen with the help of that Tango, and he will be fine.
Yeah, but that's his last bit of regen. Chicken MC still has a salve up. Joy.
Oh, the courier mid lane. Oh, Lord, he got him.
But they got first blood. Whitebeard, I don't know if that's worth it. I guess he can't bottle crow for a while, but he did get the bottle, so rune control will have to be a thing. That's incredible. I wish I had seen that. My goodness.
Sorry, I got really excited. I just happened to get in the mid lane, and this poor little panda bear was about to get spanked in the butt with this long range hacks auto attack. It went down, and Disruptor's like, I'm getting it. And he got it. So good for them. That's pretty devastating for a mid lane.
Oh, Chicken MC. Sunstrike coming through the cogs. Not going to save him there. pushing him back a little bit. Joik trying to fight the Hammer Fist. Fluff trying to get out. Joik's going to catch up. There he goes. Can Mike secure the kill? The living armor, but the range creeps doing work. They bring down the living armor, and Mike gets a kill. Maybe thinking about all chatting there. He stopped for a second. I'm not sure why. He bought his bottle. Down bottom, action all over the place. Spectre gets the kill on the Visage while Nayrok picks up Whitebeard. Now, Ush in some trouble. The flame break. Nayrok with the double kill coming his way. It's a massacre already in this game. 3 minutes in, and of course, a couple kills happening all over the map.
This is the action I was expecting from beginning to end in both of the games, so hopefully this is something that keeps going, because this is just like a bit of more nostalgia and a nice classic NEL matchup here. Both teams really going toe-to-toe in their lanes. When they see something's going about in the top lane, they're going to try to initiate, make something happen on their own right in the bottom, and can't help but feel that Nayrok's the happiest one of them all, picking up 2 kills for himself. He's going to be very quick on this Blink Dagger if he decides to go right for it.
Yeah.
He's continuing to farm in his own jungle. Look at all these sweet, sweet, delicious stacks. Yummy, yummy in my fat tummy.
Yeah, and this is going to get him very close to the Blink Dagger, which might even be about 7 minutes. Don't die, though. Please, no defando, Mr. Batrider, in your own jungle, so that'd be bad. So Nayrok will walk away. He's actually got to get some regen. He wants to get that Ursa Hellbear Smasher. Get out of there, Nayrok. Okay, he's good. He's fine. He'll survive. But yeah, I mean, very quick Blink going to be coming out for Nayrok right now. Maybe about 7 minutes in, like I said, maybe even earlier. So the kills going his way certainly helping out, obviously. The Sunstrike top, the aggression bottom, everything like you talked about that we were expecting out of the series now finally being delivered on. The aggressive tri-lane has come out for Sneaky Nick's Assassin. They're just going to try to secure Ush farm. He's got 23 CS, which isn't bad, obviously, and still looking for more, but now defensive try potentially coming out with the Visage and Joik here in this bottom lane. Ush working on getting some CS with his phase boots now. Whitebeard, he sees that this camp is gone. Looks like they took it together potentially. Top lane, Mike and Chicken MC sparring a bit, but nothing really happening. Mid lane, Risk is he's fine, I suppose, but he's getting ganked potentially.
Yep, he's going to get jumped right here. You got the power of the glimpse if you want to get the right setup right here. Fluff jumps right in. One swat, the Carapace will stun him briefly, but no, Whitebeard can't quite commit, and wow, the margin of the machines, man, can't underestimate that. The damage is just too much, and oh no, jump in coming out from the Batrider on the sidelines. As you can see, they're going for Whitebeard, who now that's 2. Taken down. Both support will end up falling. Nayrok inherits another kill for himself. This Batrider is going to get out of control quickly.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. This Batrider maybe, of course, just going to be a bit of trouble in this game. Ike's Mike, he's known for his kind of tempo control with his clockwork, but Nayrok with that very quick Blink Dagger is almost done. And speaking of Mike, he's getting hit up in that top lane. Spectral Dagger, Ush wants to fight this. Chicken MC, Sunstrike, it's gonna land. Snipes, nice play, Chicken MC, or excuse me, Sna in that mid lane, grabbing the kill with that beautiful exhort, baby.
Yeah. So you're talking about, baby. Gotta love it. Easy, quick Sunstrike. Nayrok's moving himself to the mid lane. Firefly, so much closer to that sweet, sweet dagger. Then he'll look to pull back. Meanwhile, the story goes in the bottom lane, Fluff, he wants to try to get to level 6 so he can inherit the power of the Vendetta and really try to get some plays going in his behalf. And can't help but feel like the same story is going to go for Chicken MC, man. That Bounty Hunter's still yet to get track online, and that will definitely be a crucial tool to have, especially when you're going against said Nyx Assassin.
Yeah, and honestly, I think had he not died in that top lane, he gets level 6 by this creep wave, and that's not an issue. So suddenly, it's a bit of an annoyance for the Bounty Hunter that he doesn't have that great of a start. But speaking of great starts, with First Blood, with everything that's gone Tinker's way, he's got 7-minute bots. This game, if Shadows of the Past aren't already winning, they're going to draw it out as long as possible and get back ahead. But if we look at the graphs, yeah, they've got a 15... Well, actually, no. That's Snog getting the 1,500 gold lead. Experience-wise, they do have a 250 gold lead coming out for Shadows of the Past, but, well, looks like a gank train roaming in for Ush here. Spectral Dagger, there's going to be the dust going through. Sunstrike off the mark. Chicken MC, though, looks like he is going to fall. They're going to try to just take him down with right clicks alone and the Thunderstrike. Easy kill coming the way of Ush on Chicken MC, who gets just caught in a very precarious position.
Another catch and pick off, even longer before he can get to his level 6. I mean, you know, Bounty Hunter, we don't see it too much, and nowadays, people just so good about picking up the detection and everything. It's just going to be hard. Oh, jumping coming in from the Mustache Man himself. Wants to try to get something out, but no, the cars will push him forward. Eats a laser on his way back out. And we'll have to step back. Those machines, woo, taking him down quite a bit right there, and we'll have to try to heal up. No bottle to work with. There it is. He does get a bit of a sip coming out from his comrade Ush right there. But I can't help but feel, man, the more this game goes on and Ush gets in more farm for himself, it's going to be pretty much a repeat of last game. Might even see a Radiance repeat once again here if he gets enough farm.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's not nearly as good as it was in the previous game. Ush had a complete free farm. He's getting involved in kills early on, and as it stands now, he's only sitting on 38 CS at about 9 or 830 right now, so it's not the best farm, but it's still certainly something. Vendetta finally fluff level 6. There's the Sunstrike, the Nyx Assassin, Invoker combo combining up. It's going to be their show. They get another kill going the way for Sna, and Sna with that Quas Exhort. He's a fan.
Now, do you feel, I mean, I don't personally play a lot of Spectre here, Mod, but he had the level 6, he had the Haunt available. Do you use it at that point so you get that just a little bit of extra assist gold, or maybe even a kill for yourself, or I guess you just wanted to save it in case things got bad?
Yeah, I think you save it in case maybe team fight goes awry, or you need to maybe pick up a kill, or just be an extra presence in the fight. I think you don't really kind of take that gold away from the Nyx Assassin and the Invoker, so...
if this was more pub level, he probably would have done it.
Oh, I'm sure if it's pub level. Even if it was me, I'd just be like, I'm going to hit R, I'm going to get that kill, I'm going to KS. I'm the carry. I'm the one that needs CS, guys, so get out of here. Pretty much, yeah, so. But obviously, Ush realizing that it's maybe for the betterment of his team to just make sure that the kill goes the way of, obviously, the Nyx Assassin, who needs some farm and levels and what have you, so that's good. In the meantime, Whitebeard he's actually kind of starving for experience in gold right now. He finally picks up his boots. He's level 4. He's tied for the lowest level in the game, and this is bad for a Disruptor who really, he controls the game so well with Static Storm that, and even Glimpse maxed out as well, which he only has 2 points in. So Whitebeard is looking to get something, but as it stands, that's not really happening. But down bottom, they're going to Dust Chicken MC, and Pale just barely hitting the Sunstrike. Now they haunt up. That's going to be for the kill there. IX Mike grabbing it. Ush realitying down as well. I think they just wanted to move lanes. Narok's like, he took one look at that engagement, like, maybe not. I don't think so, perhaps.
Yeah, I can grab him, but I have nowhere to pull him to, and they'll just take me out immediately. I mean, there was no mana to work with on Fluff, but it didn't really come of it. So they'll pull back. They consider it a victory for themselves, and just will continue to slow shift the game out, and maybe consider delaying it longer so that just the Spectre will be able to come out on top. I mean, there's not much contention. They might have to fall back on a bit of this Rat Dota coming out from Tinker. He is bringing a lot of farm for himself real quick here. I'm not too sure ideally. I mean, what do you think would be the next pickup here for Tinker in this particular situation? I would expect it to be something to help out with the pushes and just getting around, or do you think he's going to go something more fight-oriented like a Sheepstick? But hold that thought. Chicken FC, make it a go. They want to see if they can get Ush down. A big set of burst damage. Dagger will not save him. Doesn't make it to the north just yet, but they are getting an impale back by Fluff. But the living armor holding him out strong, and he ends up living. Very nice from Joik right there. IX Mike makes his move in, but the Marching Machine's just doing way too much damage right now. Got to be cautious about fighting into that one, but now looking to turn the corner here. He did have a hook shot, but not going to pull the trigger on getting it. So nice mini victory right there for Shadows of the Past. 2-man pickoff in the end.
Yeah, and honestly, that was great play coming in, throwing the living armor down, the Sunstrike off the mark there. Even if it had hit, I mean, it's probably only one kill still going their way. So just not being in the right position. Great impale coming up from Fluff, but not enough. You asked me about what I think the Tinker's going to go next, and I think the Blink Dagger has got to be the next choice. But hold that thought. There's a fight happening. Mike getting caught out. Glimpse coming through. That'll be on the Tinker right now. Getting sent back. Chicken MC. There's the cold snap. Maybe in trouble. The Sentry's down. Whitebeard taking him down with the Forge Spirit help coming out from Snaz. So a 1-for-1 trade. I think that might have been a track kill on IX Mike. I'm not sure if he got it off. I'd imagine he did, but well played coming out from Shadows of the Past just to secure another kill for themselves.
And I'm sure Whitebeard's happy he finally reaches level 6. So now we get to use the Static Storm, and this could change the way a lot of fights go. Definitely in their favor if they could set something up. And, you know, it's been working pretty nicely them for a while here, so we'll see if it's something to just keep on riding. But for now, 9-8 your score. If we look over the goal graph, it's getting to be back even once more. As does appear sneaky Nyx Assassins are clawing their way back into this game. And moving on to mid-game here, you know, we'll just see how execution can go. Batrider now with the Blink Dagger. If he can find the right setups, find the right lassos, they can still take this one back. Yeah,
he's actually, Narok's got 3 kills to his name right now, so he's actually not died. He's in a position where, luckily, I mean, honestly, they're not really shutting him down. Glimpse hasn't really been a factor because he hasn't used it that often, and if they want to, they certainly can, but Haunt is an issue, Hookshot's an issue, Impale is an issue. There's so much team fight and counter initiation from Sna that you've got to be careful, and well, Chicken MC, he's going to run right through a Sentry Ward. There's no vision there, so they don't see him through the fog. Unfortunately, they might have been able to get a kill had they saw him there, but mid lane, this is where the action's going to mount as Narok, the rest of everybody TPing through. The Blink Dagger now done for the Tinker. They maybe want to go for this tier 1 tower. Sna sitting here alone. His Force Spirit's backing off. He doesn't want to give that gold away. 4 staff up. He's maybe ready to fight, but this is not the best idea. Blank lasso track as well. IX Mike hooking in, but at what cost? There's the haunt coming through, doing some work, but not enough. Nice double impale. Of course, the March is just doing work this game. The flare from IX Mike. 1-for-1 trade so far. That's it. But Fluff, Shuriken toss. The glimpse now at Chicken MC getting brought back. Nayrok looking for the flame break. Now the static storm is up. Nayrok's gonna fall. A 2-for-2 when it's all said and done. It looks like Joik maybe getting caught out. Chicken MC's backing off as well. The flare flies a bit errantly, but that should be the end of the engagement.
I'm surprised it ended up even right there, and I was also very surprised that Sneaky Nyx Assassin wanted to try to make something happen after they lost the Invoker, because, you know, he's a big deal in these fights, and they need that crowd control help. But they actually managed to get 2 of their own, but you also have to consider that they do have a bounty hunter, so the track gold will always favor towards them. They get to put a little extra in their pocket after those fights, but I don't know, man. I mean, you also have to consider they didn't even have the Invoker. So if they do have them, they still come out on top in most of these team fights. So Shadows of the Past can keep finding the right pickoffs, the right times to fight. I mean, they got a lot of fight left in them.
Yeah, they do. And honestly, I think the Invoker as well, who's almost getting lasted here. Nayrok had it on cooldown for 18 seconds, so I guess no go. But the Necro book should be coming for Invoker, who picked up the 4-staff first, but Necro 3 is going to be a big item. Nayrok getting caught out, the Impale, the Cold Snap, the Deafening Blast coming out from Snan. He's really one of the heroes for Sna that have been doing a lot of work this game. He's 4-1-3, and he's really keeping them in as it stands. A lot of these fights could go either way, but the engagement that Sna has been in, and he's survived and hasn't been ganked, have been pretty much superior to that of Shadows of the Past.
I would just figure he should be good. He's Sna of Sna, you know, That's Team true. Sna. I mean, you better be good because it's named after you. If you're like the worst on your team, then you just might as well. Yeah, you might as well just change your name to like IX Mike or something. It's like
Jimi Hendrix experience, and Jimi Hendrix wasn't that great of a guitarist or something like that. But
and what's the deal? But regardless, though, he's making it work for himself, so can't really hate on him for that. Putting in the serious work as the Invoker right now, but. Man, look at these swords. 2 sentry wards side by side. The dedication here to make sure they try to get the upper hand and not allow their bounty hunter to get caught out in any unfortunate opportunity. But as the story goes, it looks like the Nyx Assassins are going to go for the big bad Roche here, and no one nearby to contest it. This might be a free pickoff. They don't have much damage to work with, Mott.
Yeah, it looks like Shadows of the Past are just walking around kind of doing their own thing. They don't expect... I mean, there's 2 heroes on the map, so they probably think IX Mike and Ush might need to be there to kind of sneak a Roche, but really with the medallion that Snot actually just picked up, and with the Forge Spirits as well, there is clearly enough damage to take down this Roshan. This is going to be an Aegis for probably Sna. The Flare's going to fly. That's going to be for Mike, so no danger there. No familiar scouts coming through. They sneak the Roche 15 minutes in, and this is what you love to see. You're not behind. You're not necessarily ahead either, but get something going your way. You have a tier 1 towers to fall back on as well, so they take the Roshan, and now with that, they can start being a bit more aggressive. Actually, Ush picked up the Aegis there. He'll get tracked up. He's trying to build towards maybe a Radiance with 3,200 gold in the bank. But as it stands, they're in a position now with that Roshan that gives them a lot to work with here.
This is also a 16-minute game where all towers are still up, surprisingly so. Even with a Tinker on your team who should be able to get a little bit extra push momentum in a lot of these lanes, they have yet to get something going for themselves, but their mouth is watering for one, and it looks like the mid lane is looking pretty appetizing here.
They're going to fort, but I don't know if that was
worth immediate fort. Are they going to try to defend this?
They want to. They're going to put up the march right now, and I think that's going to deter any invaders from coming through. Fluff is looking to jump in. He's got no blink. You really can't do much. The fort now is ended. The deny, no, nice try, Fluff. That was very close, but not really enough there. And now Chicken MC on the hunt here. As you can see, Narok's roaming around as well. No true set coming through. There's the spike carapace from Fluff. He gets tracked up. That is not good. Kinetic field, Fluff maybe just sacrificing for absolutely nothing, really. He tried to be cheeky there with that play. It didn't work out, but Snob picks up a free kill on Joik down to the bottom while we're all talking about that.
Yep, so they end up trading overall. Bit of a tiff happening there, but I'm sure Snod ends up being the happiest of them all. Doesn't want to commit too much to taking the tower. Instead, just kind of leaves, and I guess his Forge Spirits will try to do it themselves. I don't know if they have... Nope. He's just going to hold it out for now in the meantime.
Oh, Ush is in trouble. This is what I was talking about. Familiars with Chicken MC. The TP in from Risk now. Ush about to fall. Can he reality? Can he haunt? No, he's got the Aegis, however, so he's not dead yet. Mike looking for a hookshot angle. The dust. No, they're going to go for Chicken MC instead, but the Fisted Familiars blocking the path. There's the haunt up right now. Chicken MC about to go. What a glimpse. What a static storm. Can they bring down Risk? No blink dagger. 2 for an Aegis. Definitely worth it every day of the week for Sneaky Nyx Assassin, and they're looking real good now.
Oh, that glimpse. Whitebeard.
Nayrok.
Amazing.
Oh, Fluff. What a solo play.
Wow. What was a prominent start for Nayrok? Quickly wins sour real quick, unfortunately. He's caught off a couple of times, and what started as 3-0, now he's 3-3-3. So, hard times, man.
Joik TP's in, and he wants to give Fluff a little taste of the Hammer Fist, it looks like. Unfortunately, he can't really deliver them as he's a bit too far away. And with that TP down bottom from Joik, it means that this tier 1 top is almost assuredly falling here. So it looks like the Forged Spirits will take the last hit as the Invoker now, building towards another item with 3,200. And Sight Device could be the choice. Maybe Bots if he wants to a little bit later. But the Tinker going to go for that Dagon build, which I think was your question earlier. And you have your answer. He's not going to go for the Hex. He's not going to go for the Lockdown, which I don't know if they really need. Maybe the burst damage is good enough this game.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, it's an appropriate amount of burst to work with if he finds the right person to pick off. But his, Sneaky Nick doesn't have a lot of jump in. So if he manages to catch someone out and tries to permanently lock him down with the heavy burst, he's going to be dealing with the whole team, especially if it's not Ush. But, I mean, Ush, he is a Spectre. He is building in the Radiance, but he is also a little squishy. So, and speaking of squishy, it looks like Fluff managed to get a quick pick off on the tree.
Well, nobody's safe right now as it stands. Fluff and stuff is... Oh, clash happening mid. There's a lasso maybe from Nayrok. Looks like he's forcing away. Still has that lasso. Actually, the flame break, but it doesn't matter. He's going to go down. Buyback from the Treant. Maybe trying to help his teammate out, but a bit too late now. The buyback actually just wasted there as they lose Nayrok once again. Like you talked about, having a good start, but not so much a good mid.
Yeah, they can't really take advantage of his prominent mid lane where he'd, would typically get the jump in lasso. I think the initiation is just too good on the side of Sneaky Nyx Assassins. And, man, they're taking their time taking these towers, though. Bottom's already healed most of the way back up, and now even Fluff has to pull back. Doesn't want to risk getting caught out, and nearby Chicken MC does linger, but... they're pretty much in control of this whole game. Tinker's trying to make something happen by pushing out the side lanes, but he hasn't been able to do too much other than that.
Right. What I do like, though, is that they're keeping... Like, the towers right now for Sneaky Nyx Assassin, had the Treant and Tinker not been around, would be just... They would have taken all the tier 1s, I think, almost for sure, because of... Well, not necessarily the pushing coming through. Sneaky Nyx Assassin, they know what they're up against. They're not going to try to push when they realize they can't get a tower, and that's very often, mind you. I mean, the Treant, living armor back to health, the Tinker pushing out with, of course, March of the Machines. It's too much to deal with. And I do want to talk a bit about the Invoker picking up an Aghanim Scepter. So often we're used to seeing a Scythe first because you have no points in Wex. What's the point of having, level 3 Invoke coming through with that 4-second cooldown when you only have a couple spells that really do that much work? Yes, maybe the Deafening Blast. I guess there are enough spells for you to just kind of go through a rotation a couple times and feel comfortable. So, I mean, I'm always a big fan of the Aghanims. It's one of my favorite items on that hero specifically, but we'll see.
There we go. Radiance on the way, going right to Spectre, and this is where... This is where we lose Sna, the bottom lane.
They were waiting in the wings, and they got a quick lasso, quick kill as well, but like you mentioned, Spectre Radiance. So.
Sorry, I got a little too excited about the Radiance. I mean, this is where supports cringe hard going against this.
So now... They've got something going their way, and you'll see this Spectre continue to farm and farm and farm and maybe even pressure some towers too until there's a fight breaking out. Then the Haunt's going to go. In fact, it goes now. They're looking to engage potentially. Chicken MC getting caught out. They reality in. Who's it going to be? It's going to be for getting caught out. The laser. Ush. Maybe too hasty here. Getting caught out. Still alive. The blink. The flame break. Ush barely surviving. Want to watch this chase. He's still alive somehow. Joy getting impaled up. Nayrok gets Vendetta. Will he survive? Two already dead coming through from the side of Shadows of the Past. Nayrok will TP away. What's happening? Glimpse down bottom here on Chicken MC. Kinetic field, he's not going anywhere. Do they have detection? They've got the dust up. They'll dust once more. Now the Sunstrike, that'll blow him up. Sna with another kill, and finally maybe a tier 1 tower going their way. But Ush, wow.
How did he live?
I don't
How
know.
did he get out of that
Magic
one?
stick.
Unbelievable. On the skin of his teeth, he gets away, and just the nice bodyguard coming in from Fluff with the 2-man stun. Unbelievable. So he gets away, and definitely not in favor of Shadows of the Past in the end. They found the right opportunity to pull the trigger and make a fight happen, and it just worked out for him. So Sneaky Nyx Assassin still on top, or at least trying to get back into it. If you look at the gold graph, they're just inching their way there.
They have a 2,000 gold lead for them right now. They're doing
Oh,
right.
you're right. Oh, yeah. I was looking at ass backwards. Apparently I'm hammered or something.
No, listen, it's all right. You're a caster. You're allowed to be. 10,000 experience lead coming out now for Sneaky Nyx Assassin. That's really the more telling story. They would like to have gold, but they realize that until they are maybe a bit more buff, they can't take fights at the tower and they can't really push in. I mean, they just took a fight going their way, but they couldn't get a tower because specifically of March of the Machines, because they're all kind of low. So luckily for Chicken MC, he gets a BKB. He's done with this whole dying thing right now. He's died 7 times on this Bounty Hunter here, and he's just getting kind of outclassed by the rest of Sneaky Nick's Assassin. If you look at the rest of Shadows of the Past, the next closest person in terms of deaths is both Nayrok as well as Last Hit Magic with 4 deaths to their name. So bit rough of a mid game here for the Bounty Hunter.
Well, let's make something happen though. They pop a smoke. They're ready to get the game. The ball in their court. Whatever. Nice. Thank you, Carr, for that nice brief horn right there. Apparently, my neighborhood's getting excited. Let's see if the squad can make something happen for themselves. Another immediate invis coming out. Joik has to resort to the guys. They're hunting. The Bloodhounds are out, but they're smelling shit right now as there's no one in this top lane. Instead, they might just converge and finally get this tier 1 tower.
Yeah, this tier 1 tower has stayed alive way too long, and I mean, it should go down here. And I mean, there is a fortification, but that's going to have to be a lot of
This is like a heavy plan right here to get this tower. Like, okay, guys, hang in the jungle right there. We're going to get this tower. Don't worry about it.
See if anybody's around. We're going to take the last hits. We're going to bait it up. Fluff is heading. They have actually Observer Wards, but no detection. Fluff is Vendetta. Fortification. They really want this tower. They're going to TP in. Blink away. Haunt's going to go. Who are they going to reality in on right now? Joik, maybe? No. 4 hook shot in. That'll be up on the Visage. Nayrok going to Firefly away. He's done. Now, nice overgrowth. 1 very low. The flare cleans him up. Now, Soul Assumption. Mike barely living. Of course, March taking him down. Glimpse now up on Joik. They dust him as well. The Static Storm. What a team fight. Superb play coming out from Sneaky Nick's Assassin. They are looking so strong. That fight was just so well played. They waited to reality in. And did the Sunstrike come through? Did it just happen? Are you serious?
Baby. It happened, baby.
My goodness.
Right now. Picks off on the bottom lane on the Bounty Hunter. Unreal.
Oh my gosh. All over the place. And it just is Sneaky Nick's Assassin. They control the pace of the fights. The Magic Sticks have been keeping them alive. They say, listen, we don't even need living armor. We're just going to stick up and get ready to go again. And they lose Mike, but for a team wipe, that is, you'll take that every day of the week. Mike goes down. He's like, yeah, that's fine. Listen, I'm all right with that. So now Shadows of the Past, they've been playing this. Okay, we'll defend our towers. We'll march up and all of that stuff, but it's not really working out.
For a team that's supposed to have such push favoritism with the help of Tinker right there, that game plan even to get top tower just didn't even work out for him. So they're going to have to try to move on to plan B, whatever that may be. Tinker once again leaning off to the side. He's got a Dagon. That's great and all, but not really making use of it. You're not finding the right opportunity to get quick pickoffs. So they try to make a smoke happen on the top. Didn't work out. Just the game sense, man. Speaking of smokes, though, Sneaking Assassins, mech up, smoke up. Looking to make a rotation. Roche is alive. They're either sneaking in there, trying to make it.
I don't even know if they need to. They could, though.
Oh, DD on the bottom.
Yeah, they're gonna go. Actually, they are gonna go into Roshan, and at this point, this is just something that, and we'll see if maybe you have a better reaction time for Shadows of the Past, because they honestly don't see anybody up on the map except for Ush, who does a nice job. He doesn't need to be there, really. I mean, yes, he'd like to have the Aegis, and he can just run over and grab it in a second here. They're going to flare out of the Roche Pit, make sure there's nobody coming. They actually have no real Observer Ward over here on this area of the cliff, nothing like that, but Nayrok, Joik, and Last Hit Magic, they don't seem to know this is happening, and that means that another free Roshan's going to go with the Medallion. Cog is up for Mike just to make sure the Aegis is going to go their way, and Ush has rotated over. He'll pick up the Aegis once again. Radiance Vitality Booster. Might be a casual Vit Booster into something like a Diffusal Blade or another item that he might want, maybe even into a Heart now, but I think Kataglai, at this point, they've started controlling the game. It's theirs to lose now.
They're definitely feeling very comfortable in this one. It would take a bit of a throw here for them to try to hand it over to Shadows of the Past, but Shadows of the Past, they're not deterred just yet. Laying down some early march. They don't want to allow them to push in, but they're playing very defensively right now. Mike going up to the high hill. He's tracked out, but he makes a jump. He's hungry for some chicken, and he's beginning to go ham right now. Blade Mill will pop out. We'll see if it's enough to take him down. Chicken MC ends up getting popped away with the BKB help. He does get out alive. Now Nayrok with the jump in, lassoing up. Going to take down the weak Whitebeard, who gets off his ultimate right there. And Joik's taking a lot of damage and will fall. Spectre moves in, trying to clean house right now. Stun to fly out. Visage hits a tornado, and he will end up falling as well, but they want more. Chicken MC on the run. Can't get him with the dagger, unfortunately. And he wants this.
Maybe not. Yeah,
never mind. Nope. Never mind.
Let's back up there. They are diving behind a tier 1 and a tier 2 tower. That is how you know you have won the fight, my friend. And IX Mike with a nice jump in, forced to pop the BKB with Chicken MC, and just really, actually the Flame Break helped Mike in that scenario, pushing him out of the cogs when he doesn't even have a Force Staff, so that's a big help for him to stay alive and then mech up afterwards. And then on top of all that, the Lasso came through on the Disruptor, but then he could throw down his Static Storm just in time. They're not done yet, though. They want this Tier 2 tower. They say, listen, we're sick of the counter push, we're sick of the March of the Machines, we want it. Now the Heart of Trask up on us, they'll TP back home, they'll regen up, and they'll get ready to go again. The gem is now up for Whitebeard Dota, and once again, they win another fight, and it's going their way.
There's just no answer for the Spectre at this point. Now with the Heart online, these illusions are a real pain in the ass, and I, as a support, am personally offended by them because they just suck. You just go against them, you can't take them down. They're constantly burning and swatting you on the ass as you try to run away. It's just, I am offended and appalled right now, but he managed to make his way to this part, you know, and he deserves all the credit. You know, Ush doing serious work both these games now on these core roles, so good for them. They're gonna, you know, if they pull this one out, they can move on, continue undefeated, 2-0 in the ADL. Oh boy, man,
you are dead.
Chicken.
You are dead.
How's it going?
No BKB pop to Static Storm coming through. Obviously no Aghanims to make sure that BKB stopped, but he's not even going to use it. He's like, he knows when he's dead. He's like, yeah, that's it for me. So, well, that means that another Tier 1 tower finally going to fall to the fist of Ush, and like you talked about, this guy with the Heart of Trask now picking up maybe a Butterfly next as he's got the Quarterstaff going his way. So, actually no, Orchid, Sage's Mask. He's going to pick that up instead. He wants to have a silence, and I guess it's good for a couple heroes, specifically maybe the Tinker you want to silence up, maybe even the Bat Rider to a certain extent when you haunt in. So Ush, instead of being kind of the guy that jumps in and tries to Fluff. Oh, what are you doing there, buddy? Oh, he gets caught out. They get a pick off, but hookshot in. They TP. They reality. They're ready to fight. They bring down Nayrok. Nice overgrowth to keep him there, but Joik now, well, there's a gem up on the Disruptor. However, he doesn't seem to be there, at least not yet. Doesn't matter. Meatball and the deafening blast coming through this Invoker, doing work. Spectre getting the kill. Visage will pick up an Aghanim Scepter with that kill on Fluff and stuff, but again, a trade that, and we've said this the entire game, it just goes the other way.
Yeah, the coordination's so nice. I mean, Fluff does get caught out, but Mike says, I'm here now, TP's in, and helps out his fellow former Liquid member, and jumps right in, and they manage to get a couple pickoffs with the help of Spectre. Of course, that Haunted ability, man, she'll be anywhere you want at any time, and you just can't underestimate the power of that. So, unfortunately, picked off once more, 17-31. It's a bit out of control.
Yeah, I don't know. There's no real hard carry here, and I don't know if you need one for Shadows of the Past, but it would certainly be nice to contest this Spectre. There's no one that can really go toe-to-toe with her and stop her from doing the damage. And Ush just kind of knew that. And you talked about kind of how he really didn't panic. He just kind of got the CS. Whether or not it was that great early on doesn't matter. I mean, he got the farm. That's all you could say for your carry. Listen, it doesn't matter how you get there, as long as you get there. And once he does get there, of course, that means it's a lot of damage. Actually, no, I said Orchid, but I keep forgetting that Oblivion Staff is actually built into a Refresh Orb as well, if he wants to go down that road, which means double illusions, by the way. So just keep that in mind.
Extra sweet little frosting right there, so we'll see. I mean, I think I'm actually a little surprised. You know, Sneaky Nyx Assassins have to be well aware of how far ahead they are in this one, but they still want to slow pace it. I mean, they had just briefly just not too long ago, took out a Tier 1 tower and just kind of methodically, slowly suffocating their enemy team. Now they're looking to make something happen here in the bottom lane. This will be a questionable defense, though, if they want to go for it. TP will immediately be canceled. Flame break as they try to deter him a little bit, but
he pleaded the TP, but he blinked back. That was just a nice shift Q coming out. But Ush, look at this. He's gonna go in. They're gonna fight.
Can he blink back from that?
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Deafening Blast still alive. Nice lasso. Static Storm is up. The Impale immediately. BKB going. Overgrowth. Ush still has the Aegis, so he's not concerned about dying. Fluff, though, gonna try to fight. Sunstrike going through. He hit the Sunstrike. I don't even know where it was. I can't even keep track of these things anymore. Chicken MC getting caught out. Ush now maybe in trouble. Soul Assumption gonna fly, but the Impale. Chicken MC is done. The Aegis is up. Last Hit Magic's trying to do what he can, but he is getting dove here. Another Soul Assumption. Fluff getting low, but not enough damage to take him down. A double kill for Sna, who blinks away to safety. In fact, maybe wants these familiars and maybe try to help Fluff out, but another bad fight going the way of Shadows of the Past, and you have to wonder how much punishment they can take before they say maybe that's enough.
Yeah, props to Whitebeard showing why Disruptors, prominently picked up as a counter to Batrider, sent Nayrok packing back after he jumped in, and there you have it right there. Sends him in, push forward, but GG's called, and it looks like Sneaky Nyx Assassins are going to clear out this series and take both games.
Which is actually, it's really interesting to know because we talked about it so often. Shadows of the Past were the only team to have pretty much they were actually tied up in terms of no losses with, of course, Sneaky Nyx Assassin yesterday. They lost to Osiris Gaming. It was 1-1, so it's 5-1 for them going into the series. Now they lose both of these games. They're up to 5-3. Sneaky Nyx Assassins, they're 4-0, excuse me, right now. So the play coming out from the former Liquid players plus Ush, Sna, and Whitebeard, formerly of Fnatic, and they have been damn impressive, I'd say. And that last series just goes to show how good these guys are. So what do you think, Kyle Guy? Are they top of the tier right now in terms of Group B?
They're right there, and I'm getting excited. We haven't yet seen Sneaky Nyx Assassins go against the NA Rejects, and I mean, that'd be a great match to happen. That didn't happen, right? I don't think it did, no. But that would be a great match to watch. I'm excited about that one, but, you know, props to IX Mike and his whole team for putting on a nice little clinic right there, and Nayrock, they'll have to gather up and hope they can pull it back in the next one. Ryu, I see you've joined. It's starting to smell a little funny. What did you think of the series?
How does my mic sound? Does it sound
Sounds like shit, Mike. It just sounds like shit, but go
better
ahead.
Better than before, but
I don't know.
No, I tried.
Condolences.
I tried so hard. It was fine. It's good. I expected this. It's to be expected. I knew it was going to happen like this. I'm sorry, guys. There's nothing else to say.
Wow,
Fortune teller Ryu, thank you so much.
Some great post-game analysis coming out from Ryu Warriors. Just really...
I don't feel like talking to you guys. You guys are just mean.
Listen, man,
you just... anymore.
We're not mean. We're just honest here, guy. I mean, you got to provide a bit more than that, but listen.
All right.
Listen. We're going to jump into another series.
Dota was good.
It's time for some South American flavor, baby. A bit of a fiesta, if you will, Mott. But damn.
It's, I can't, I'm not sure, is it THD or top 5 coming through? I believe it actually might be top 5. If you remember, I think THD GG'd out against NA Rejects, and I'm not sure if top 5 replaced them.
Yeah, I know. I was questioning that too on two different schedules. They listed two different teams, and I was also questioning that the Houses Down did forfeit their last series, their last game. They did get beat pretty severely against the Rejects. They had a lot of stand-ins, so you know I'm not too sure what their whole situation is. So they might not be in it. They might have subbed in top 5 instead. Yeah. So we'll see.
Hold on, I'm asking Shawnee, and we'll see if he replies to me in time. In the meantime, guys, obviously, my name is Mott. With me is Kyle Guy. You can follow us, twitter.com/Mott, Dota2 for myself, twitter.com/Kyle Guy for Kyle Guy as well. And, of course, guys, make sure you check out the American Dota League, twitter.com/American Dota, and follow the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/American Dota League. All of the follows help, obviously, and go ahead and buy the ticket, $3.99 in the store. Shout out to the sponsor, Steel Series. We're going to take a quick break, and let's see. It is top 5 coming in to replace the, I guess, now disqualified THD. So we're going to have top 5, and I believe it's versus Asuras Gaming coming through in just a moment, everybody. Stick around.